Hello, my cheerleaders. How you doing today? It still feels weird saying that, but y'all picked that name for yourself, so you gotta live with it now. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is well. I am getting ever so excited about the Pride and Prejudice anthology because a lot of people have still been signing up. There's still time. Stories don't have to be into me until the 25th of June, so if you're interested, just DM me and we will let you know all about it. But before I continue to prattle on, as I am wont to do, I'm not alone today. There is a Cat Leo. There is a Megan McCarthy. And there will eventually be a Tessa Dean. Ah, there she is. You're muted, Tessa.
Going back. I have to get something. So I'll be back.
Alrighty. Hopefully that's the package we were talking about earlier. So I will say at the very dawn of the stream, for anybody who would like, there is a link to my Twitch channel. We are currently simulcasting. Words are hard today, and I'm editing. I'm currently simulcasting both here and on the Twitch. So for anybody who would like to go over there and help me get my numbers up, I'm so close to affiliate. I'm so I just need to get my watch time, my average viewer up over there. And I'm very excited and very confused because I don't know how I went from having 12 people following me to over 50. It just went vroom, and I don't know when and how it went vroom, but it did. So thank you. But it's confusing to me, but I am going to be doing a lot more exclusive streams over there. I am planning one for tomorrow, time TBA, because I try not to step on anybody's toes, but I think that might be impossible because we are a bunch of streamers. So, but I'm going to try to, I will figure out a schedule. It will be posted on the channel. I am hoping to also start doing game streams on Saturday night because I usually play games on Saturday nights. And I thought, why not just stream them? I don't know if that's going to be starting this Saturday. I wanted it to. We're waiting for a mouse to arrive because we don't have any extra Mises. And I need one for this computer because I already have everything set up in here and I don't want to have to set it up out there. Because that's it's a whole thing. Plus, I don't want to be in the middle of talking to y'all and having a cat try to rip my face off, as used to happen, because I know y'all enjoyed that, but it really hurt my chest. It really hurt a lot.
I still get to witness this on Sundays.
Yeah, this is true. So how is everybody doing? Let me know what you're working on in chat and on screen. Like I said, I'm working on edits for my urban fantasy story, Blinded Angels, which I am ever so excited about, and getting really obnoxious emails from them because I've already posted the first episode to Vela, and they're like, hurry up and get those episodes in. We haven't launched yet. It's going to be in a couple months, but you should really hurry up and get more episodes in there so your audience will stay engaged, that you don't really have yet because we haven't launched, but we're going to be launching in a couple months. I get it. You're launching in a couple months. It's been perpetually a couple months for quite some time. Can you give me a date, please? I would have a lot less anxiety if I knew when I needed to have all 10 chapters up. Bye. But yeah. Also, you don't have to send me an email every day going, do you have another chapter to post yet? Do you have another chapter to post yet?
We don't write that fast.
I just...
They don't get this, do they? They're new to this whole weekly thing.
Yeah,
I'd say.
it feels so needy because
They're very new.
I posted a screenshot just because I'm annoyed at it's still saying a couple months on my Instagram story this morning, and just really just like, I am glad that, yay, I have a story up. Nobody's able to read it because the thing's not there yet. I don't know why you're telling me I need to keep my audience engaged when I don't have one. Like, I feel like they're testing the email service. That's the only thing that makes sense why I'm getting these like really needy, like, keep your audience engaged. The more stories you send out, the more people will be able to get into your world. And I'm just like, but nobody can read them.
Just release it.
You're just giving me anxiety. Why are you doing this? Why? Anywho, let's recenter back. Okay. Hi, Kat. How are you doing?
I'm doing. I've been streaming since like 8:45 a.m. So I had like an hour break from my stream to this one. But I actually wrote in Shadow, and I've written a chapter and started chapter 2 in BloodRayne: Rise of the Blood Queen.
And if I may, like, indulge in a, like, letting out a confidence here, I may have actually heard the text that has been written, and I am very excited for this. If you like vampires and you're not getting excited about the Shadowverse, what is wrong with you people?
Well, so technically, yeah, they're both in Shadowverse. But so Shadow has witches mainly as the primary, and then BloodRayne has the vampires as the primary, and it also takes place before Shadow.
Branding is branding. I'm trying to help y'all. But yeah, it sounds really, really exciting. I'm very, very happy.
She might be ripping people's heads off.
In a delightful manner.
Yes, a very delightful manner. The hand gesture.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be overly pedantic today because I may have reread Sasha Black's Anatomy of Prose this morning during Jules' stream to like get all of the things in my head for while I'm doing my rewrites on this other project, and I'm just like every word that comes out of my mouth.
Wait, Penumbra, you're getting reads in the beta?
Wait, what? Where are you seeing these?
Maggie.
I'm so confused because my KDP stats page says nothing.
Paid for reads in beta. I would hope so. That would be terrible if they didn't pay you for reads in beta.
Oh, they better pay for reads in beta. Like that. But where are you seeing that you're getting reads? Because I'm not seeing it in my dashboard, and I'm not seeing it in the Vela library. I'm not seeing anything that says that. I do see the live where it says something live that it's live, which I've giggled at. And I also see here's the link so you can promote your story. Why aren't you promoting your story? Because no one can read it yet because you click the link and it goes nowhere. I know, I tried. I was curious. Here, let me click the link again. What happens when I click it?
Well, I'm wondering if certain people have beta access then.
It's because just there we go. So when I click my link, the link that they give, it does this, and I just find this like ever so annoying. It's a cute little dog.
Oh,
Molly. Did they change the dog, or is it? Oh, Penumbra got a like that. She got a like on Vela.
She got an email.
Huh.
Interesting.
Amazon, explain this better.
Yes. What is going on here?
Yes, what is going on here? That makes no sense. So Megan, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I'm working on the author 2 chronic illness or disability tag. So I should have that up hopefully by tomorrow at the latest. We shall see. It depends on how long it takes me to edit this thing.
Editing video. The best
There's a
part
reason
of
I don't.
life.
Oh, and I have to use like Microsoft's video editor, and it's just called Video Editor, and it's like
Nice.
only does the basics of the basics.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. Like you can't even add like text onto the screen. You
should be able to do that.
No, you can only add like a what's it called, like a screen, like a
picture, a
a
JPEG.
title page, basically. It only lets you add text to like a title page or like something similar to a title page.
See if it will let you drag that over top of the video, because that's how I put the text on top of mine, is I actually take the titles and put them on top of the video.
I don't think it lets me do that. I think it just, because when you move the thing, it just moves it, whether it's before or after the next clip.
Because I'm fancy. I'm using iMovie because Mac.
And you can edit really well with iMovie.
Yeah, it's remarkable some of the things that it lets you do.
If I didn't have such an aversion to Mac products.
I'm just saying, I am shocked at what all features are available in the free stuff that they have over there. Like, I really want to buy another copy of Logic, because I really need some of the pro features. But GarageBand, surprisingly, like if you're willing to dig and learn, a lot of the pro features are hidden inside of it. You just have to dig to find them. It's crazy. Tessa, you got back just in time. How are you doing? And what are you up to?
I got the package. Yeah.
Rejoicing.
Yes. That was my neighbor at the door, and went down and got it for me.
Oh yay!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they've been really helpful. I've got some great neighbors. So.
That's good.
That's always good. Yeah.
I have a terrible.
Oh yeah.
Notice how I'm like 3 inches taller now? I slid down in the chair. So what are you working on today?
You talking to me?
Yep.
I am working on the book 1. I finally got it to a point where there's almost a completed story there, and I'm working on adding and fixing different areas that need fixing. So I feel a lot better about it. I was ready to toss it out the door the other day. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm going to make a series? Yeah, right. Can't even finish the first one.
I know that feeling so well. I was watching, whose stream was it? I want to say it was Nia's stream, but it wasn't. She was just on it. Yes, Monday. Was it Samantha? I don't know. I can't remember whose stream it was, but they were talking, and somebody on there was like, yeah, at about 20% through the book, I hate it. I don't know why I'm doing it. I want to throw it away. I just wanted to go to die, but I push on, and everything gets better, and it's fine again until about 85% through, and then I hate it, and I don't know why I spent the time on it, and I just wanted to go away, and I just wanted to throw it away and let it die. And then I push through, and I get to the end, and then I start editing, and I'm just like, I should have listened to myself the 2 times that I wanted to destroy this thing. But I push through it, and eventually I get the edit done, and I'm like, it's fine here.
Yeah.
Like, that is the writing experience encapsulated in the shortest short story. I love this. Like, yes.
I understand that.
Yes, all of this is so relatable. So relatable. So who all is here? Hello, Maggie. We have already talked to you a little bit, but I haven't said hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Spence. How are you doing? And how dare you accuse me of being a human? I've been accused of many things. Being human is rarely one of them. Though I guess technically I am fine.
Laura.
How are you doing today? Hello, Megan, doing the double duty in the chat, and I giggle like the child I am. Um,
Oh, kitty pet.
Hey. So when people say lurk mode, I'm just gonna start going like this with my pens, or like this.
Aw, it's so cute.
it's so cute.
Yeah, it's real cute when I go like that.
Yeah.
And then it pops back up. I put my wrist on it a lot of times.
And thank you for saying that. I really like it too. I feel weird being proud of the things that I do, but lately I have been, and it's a very strange experience for me, and I don't know what to do about it.
Nothing.
Coping. I don't have the coping mechanism for actually liking what I'm doing. It's kind of like how I don't have a coping mechanism for people being nice to me either. Like, these are two things that I'm trying to develop coping mechanisms for, like, but they just freak me out. Hello, Greg. How are you doing? I hope all is well with you today.
Our leaders united. Woo!
I have to say, somebody out there has to have access to to actual cheerleaders. If we could get a cheer, that would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Like, I don't have the talents thereabouts, but I'm sure someone somewhere has access to cheerleaders that could write us an actual cheer. Hello,
I hate to
Sam.
say it, but I used to be a cheerleader.
I
That was
can't picture
adorable.
I feel
How
like I
old were
would
you?
have been if
I
the
was
world was a very different place.
Cheerleader in the 4th grade.
Oh, that's cute.
So I was
Okay.
I was this fist, just chubbier. I'm not kidding.
Hello, Sam. How are you doing today? Look at Kat over there on the Twitchmatron.
Lettuce.
Spence over there on the Twitchmatron. Can I just say, here's your lettuce. Don't be a dick. Like, yes, all the lettuce.
So I realized today that because I needed to do something on my Discord, and I ended up in the greetings thing where it gives the rules. And one of the rules is be nice, # don't be a dick. That was long before the lettuce.
Nice.
It is the message of our times. I mean, it really is. And to all the people who did terrible things to Becca yesterday, like, you're horrible, horrible creature. And need to be erased from the platform. See, still reorganizing the kitchen. I'm sorry. If I could send help, I would have. I saw your cries for help earlier. I wanted to send them, but you're far away from me. And my ability to teleport things has not come into fruition yet.
I don't drive, Spence, so I can't.
Though not for lack of trying.
You're only like an hour away from me.
Where it goes? That is so awesome. You've been sprinting on and off all day. You only have 1,008 words of the 3K you need for today. We'll get you some more words because
1,992 words. We'll get them.
we'll get them. It'll be fine. Found a hair sim for your character. Yay! That's awesome. And it's now on the render farm. Yay! Jeff, why are you like this? Okay. I was actually watching some British people have a discussion where this phrase came up earlier today, and I almost just said a whole bunch of inappropriate things. I'm just saying. For an American audience, maybe not, because a lot of it was deep cuts of that's a really bad word in England. But it was fun. Yeah, I'm really curious about this because I just there's supposed to be a few thousand testing it. I know some reader blogs have gotten access because I've seen screenshots.
Every time I'm on your stream, I
I
feel
have
like I need to
seen-
be wearing this.
That aren't part of the press package that they put out. So I know people are definitely seeing it, but I want Amazon be better. Just yeah. Hello, Tom. How are you doing today? I hope all is well with you. Guess what? Did you hear the boop? I heard the boop. The boop is the Chandra.
Yay!
Hello, hello. How are you doing today?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Lack of sleep and a lot of anxiety, but I'm fine. I'm fine. It's perfect.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the anxiety.
What's anxiety?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm still conscious.
This is
Holy
always
shit.
a plus.
Cat.
I got a thing today that I forgot about, but I'm pretty sure I ordered it last time I was here.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
With,
yay.
you ordered it Monday
Oh, Monday. Okay, it's here.
after Glory's stream.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And I had to leave my house today, which like never happens. And then I came home and there's a package on the stairs, and I was like, "Bus is das."
My art print for the cover for the first Blinded Angels book is supposed to have been here yesterday. It is still not here yet today.
Uh-oh.
So I may get less done than normal because until it gets to, they don't usually deliver after this time. I may start each of our sprints by going and seeing if it's in by the door, because I'm far enough away from the door. It's hard to hear sometimes. And the dog is very much asleep. So she's not going to be a good early morning. You failed, dog. But I really wanted to be here. I really want.
That's a whole mood.
Okay, you can't see that you're getting reads. Okay, but yay. Yeah, I'm sorry. They do need to pay for beta. They do need to pay us for beta. That
No.
I know Amazon likes to find ways to not pay authors. See the lawsuit that's currently going on over Audible.
Wait, what?
Audible has a return policy that basically doesn't, unlike something like Steam, that looks at how much of the thing have you consumed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as long as it's within, I think it's a day, you can return the book, no questions asked.
Oh no, it's more than that.
It-
There, you can. I think it's maybe at times up to 3 months.
So anyway, they've got caught allowing people to basically read and read a ton of books, and
And return them.
no one gets paid.
I didn't realize that they weren't getting paid. I have returned books that way, but I don't abuse it.
Yeah, they basically got caught allowing people to serially abuse the system, and it'll be interesting to see what comes of all that. Because, look, if somebody really doesn't like my book and they want their money back, fine, I don't have a problem with that. But if you finished it, it's one thing. Like if you got like 10 pages in, or a little ways in, you're like, oh, not what I thought it was. My bad. Fine, here's your money back. I don't care. But
If
you're just speed
finish the
reading-
book,
yeah, if you're speed reading books constantly, like one of the accounts that is mentioned in the lawsuit was apparently going through something like 35 books a month,
Oh wow.
and only the last book got paid.
Wow.
That yeah.
Because
That's
they were basically listening to a book a day.
yeah. How?
more than a book a day.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Dobby.
Well, I usually listen to my books
2
at
times the
1.5 to 2 times speed. So
Could have
Okay, maybe I just read a lot of really long books because I have 3 books in my 2-reader currently reading that are over 40 hours.
I look for longer ones, in all honesty.
they're currently in discovery, I believe, right now. So they're still gathering evidence. The court, last I heard, the court had awarded them the right to see Audible's side of the analytics
Oh, that's big.
for the authors involved. So,
I mean, that is pretty shocking because I just looked back at how many books I've read in the last 7 years. So some of these are on Audible, some of them are not. but I've read about 305 books. And if you were to take that and say they were all in Audible and it was just returning, that's really not a lot of people getting paid.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in the time that I've read all those books, I think I've maybe returned 5 or 6 books.
I've returned a couple too, and it was mainly because one book I bought and it opened with a scene of incest, and that is not what I signed up for. Like, I'm sorry, that's something that I want a warning of. Like, and it wasn't like, oh, but they're not really that closely related, but they're kind of technically brother and sister. Kind of, it was like an uncle molesting his niece.
Oh, that's a lot.
Non-con scene.
That definitely needs a hey, this
And-
could be upsetting.
And the clip that they picked for the preview was not that.
Which makes sense. Like, I wouldn't either, but
Well, a lot of books you get like the very beginning, right? You get the
Mhm.
first chapter, right? So I'm hearing this interesting adventure book, and then I downloaded the book, and I was like, "Oh, ooh, I don't need to know what his greasy skin is doing to her." No, I'm out. I'm out.
but not even like a content warning.
Book went right into it, and it just. And another
That's-
one was just, I fell asleep listening to the first chapter, and not because I was tired, but it the writing was not very good, and the
So it's
that
good for
one was
putting
my
you to
fault. I
sleep.
should have listened to the preview. The reader was terrible.
Fair.
So
But-
bad read. So
So
that one was on me, but that's the only 2 books I can remember returning.
I'd always just assumed that they had some kind of checks and balances on that, because it asks
A lot
you
of people did.
when you return something why you want to return it. And like one of the, like, you can say, oh, I actually already own this book, or there was a problem with the narrator, or there was a problem with the content, or it skipped.
I want to know what that person put for their reasoning.
If there's one that's like, you can just be like, I changed my mind, or like there's a couple that are a bit more ambiguous, but there are some that are pretty specific to reasons you might want to return a book. Or like I know there's one that's like an accidental purchase. So they could have accidentally purchased 35 books in a month.
And listen to all of them?
Yeah, it is an issue that has been going around for a while. It is one that is primarily hurting independent authors more than anyone else, because we don't get the sweet contracts that the major publishers do. And it came to notice because the way returns work on Audible is they don't just refund the money, they refund. They deduct from your earnings what you're getting. And some people started noticing that their ACX reports were coming back negative.
Ooh.
As in, they owed money. Because if you've never published through Amazon, they very often charge a delivery fee for your books, even though they're digital. They're usually a couple cents to up to I think the highest I've seen is a quarter. That was deducted from my royalties for one book because of the delivery fee. It's obnoxious. It's annoying. There are ways that they can basically. If Amazon can find a way to get its money, it's going to find a way to get its money.
Okay, but here's the thing
But-
that also, like, I'm doubly, I feel like I'm torn. Like, what Audible's doing, that's not okay. Like, they're the ones who are in a position to have checks and balances over this. They need to implement checks and balances.
Yep.
But also, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yes.
And I'm very much like, that goes on to those people who are abusing the system. And the thing that's so frustrating about that is Audible has so much free content that they offer that if you can't afford to buy extra books, but you read more than one book a month, there's literally so many books that you can read for free
With an
that you
Audible
could
account.
read
Yeah.
that number of books in a
Mhm.
month for free on Audible without abusing the system.
And it's not just I'm trying to get access to the author account on Scribd because someone put 2 of my old books that are no longer in print up there, and I doubt they've sold any copies. But I don't know. They're just there, and I have no control over them. And that's these are some of the problems that you should start preparing yourself for in this world, because whether you're traditionally published or independent published, people will pirate your work, people will find a way to get it for free, and you just need to figure out how you're going to cope with that. And yeah, it's frustrating. It can be very, very frustrating. So hello, Diana. I'm sorry to say hello to you after the darkness has pervaded everything, but
Oops.
I am me. I saw some of the illustration. Oh, that one illustration that you put in the founders.
Sorry, may or may not be like fangirling so hard right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait for all of this.
Follow Laura on TikTok. Laura_Nettles.
Do it.
Yes, do it.
You won't regret it.
I can go get the link
Ooh.
for the browser.
That would be handy. Let's see. I took a break from writing to do tarot read with your new card set, and the five of swords keeps coming up as where deeper meaning.
Y'all know it's also Mercury retrograde, right?
Yeah.
So sorry. Oh, Charlie, I put up my bowl of milk. I'm not trying to play anymore. I don't want it.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing the new moon thing again this month for anybody who wants in on it. This month, though, it's going to be special because shortly, a couple days after the new moon, we have the summer solstice.
Ooh.
So they are very close to each other this year, and the same things for the new moon are the same things for the summer solstice. So I'm just going to make it a thing, like a little bit. It's going to be an extended working. So hopefully some stuff will come from this. I have noticed from a lot of people that have contacted me, things have been happening, which I'm happy about. Not always the things that we thought were going to happen, but change nonetheless. Yes, Dobby, the feline overlord.
Wow.
Audible is letting people read for free because of the return policy. Don't DNF books, but yeah, it is an issue, but I can't remember who else channels are doing this. I know Orna, what's her last name, Ross, has been talking about it some on her channel because she's the president of Ally, who are bringing the lawsuit in England, and the Ally podcasts have been talking about it as well. So for more information, see there. And there we are with the Laura.
I swear I would never know what's happening if I wasn't with y'all.
Oh no! Gremlins, give Maggie back.
No.
Sounds like somebody else needs a bowl of milk too.
Yeah.
The weather.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is one of my favorite tricks to get little good little sprites to come about the house to help things out. You can either put out a bowl of milk at night for them. You can get yourself some nice pipe tobacco and either put up a bowl of it somewhere, usually in a dark corner, or sprinkle it in your yard. You will know if it works because you will start seeing black cats out of the corners of your eyes. Then you turn and there's nothing there.
Like in the house?
Yes. Like you will swear you see a black cat move by, and then you like, there's nothing there.
I would gladly do this, but my babies. Like
Oh, no,
even
they're-
a spiritual black cat might hurt my babies.
They're not actually. They're not actually cats. It's just the way most people interpret what they're seeing is to think that a cat ran by.
I
But
probably won't even notice because there's always a cat running by or
But
over me.
they're very helpful. They can be a little bit malicious. A friend of mine that I told about this mocked them, and we 3 weeks later finally found his keys underneath our couch. And we don't know how they got there.
I come in peace, is all I have to say.
Yeah, they have picked his pockets on numerous occasions. I once found his phone in the bedroom when he did not go back there the whole time. Like he came in, checked his phone, put it back in his pocket, and then couldn't find it. And we later found it in the bedroom.
That's so bizarre.
They can be a little mischievous. So be respectful. But they're very helpful and they keep the bad things away. Hello, Tanya. How are you doing? We are about to start a sprint. Just had some news and stuff to go over first. All my buttons are in places that they normally are, but my brain.
For some reason, the Pussycat dolls just popped into my head.
Oh my.
Let's see how much more of Blood Rain, Rise of the Blood Queen I can get done.
I've had 2 songs trading places in my head, and neither one needs to be in there. Just, no.
It's mood.
I don't even think if I'm going to not age-gate this, I don't think I can even say the name of one of them, but it's Girl, I F'd Your Boyfriend.
Oh.
Bonnie McGovern, which if you've not heard this song and you're okay with a lot of dirty words, you should definitely check out the video. The video is hilarious. The song is great. Especially when he brings in the choir at the end. Like a song like that definitely needs like a full choir to like break it to the poor lady. I really don't need that song stuck in my head right now. And the other one is, again, I think just because I'm trying to be careful with how many words, because there's a magic number before you have to age gate a thing. So the rhythm is My Bee by Kevin Aviance, who, if you're not familiar with and you like house music or anything like that, it's astounding. But that song, again, watch the video. Love Kevin. Kevin is life. But that's an older song from back in the day that I absolutely love. And I've got both of them like trading places in my head right now, which is bringing the catty queen in me right to the surface. And
It's a mixtape.
she just needs to go to sleep. I'm just saying. Like, nobody needs to play with her today.
Where
All right.
everyone does.
Whew. Before the hubby left for work today, I was watching a video and they said something that just set me off, and I paused it and went off on like a 20-minute rant about why they were wrong. And he just looked at me and said, "You know, if you put that on YouTube, they delete your channel." I was like, "I know." I credit to you. Like, I'm just making sure because you're like enjoying that YouTube thing, and I don't want you to lose your channel. Cause I know. Alrighty, I put up the Pretty Princess timers because I got some unicorns to chase down, and
Orange.
Purple.
Pink,
I'm gonna,
not orange. Pink.
I'm
It's
going with
technically
my-
orange.
No, the pink one and the second from the top.
I'm so glad I
Yeah.
was able to show you that
It's
thing before
technically
Kendra got
orange.
here because she'll just be surprised when it shows up.
Not on my screen. It's not orange. It's pink.
Oh,
The one below it's orange.
I'm
No, the
gonna.
one below it's red.
Yeah, the one below it's red.
Not on my screen.
I'm gonna. Girl. All right. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
put
Maybe
this
it's
on
my
the ground.
eyes. I'm strung out on anxiety medicine right now. It's coursing through my veins right now.
It is whatever color you want it to be.
I'm ready.
There you go.
just got random colors.
All right.
Green.
Green. I do not say green. The grass is green.
As these people are slowly feeding my sanity to the gremlins, make sure that you are saving your work. The gremlins have already tried to take Maggie away from us.
Don't feed the
let them take your
gremlins.
work. Don't feed them. Don't feed them. Make sure that you are saving your stuff. Make sure you have something to hydrate with. Make sure you're checking your posture. We're going to get started on this sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's get some unicorns. If that one in the front loses, she just didn't want it. She didn't want it. Megan wins.
Yes! Woohoo!
Oh my goodness!
I also win because that is orange.
True. I'm just saying, she just didn't want it. I mean, Big Top Bell was so far in the lead, and then she was just like, "Nah, I'm good. I showed you what I can do." And she's like Dash from the Incredibles. Like, I showed you what I can do. I don't actually need the trophy. You know, I'm just better than you.
I could have won, but I decided not to.
Right. Oh my. So how did everybody do? Let me know in the chat. I got several chapters. Chapters. I wish. That would be amazing. No, woo! Getting ahead of myself. I got several scenes done. I forgot that Jules, the bookworm Jules, and the lovely Night Fae Orla showed up this early in the book. But they do, and I was so pleased to see them. Like, oh, behold the dragon of words and songs. Like, yes.
I got that much done, except for like right here, his words are.
Nice. Well, I was working on my video. I got up to 8 of the 10 questions edited, so the video might actually come out today, like during the stream, if things continue to go well.
Well, if it does, no pressure.
And I finally figured out how to add text onto the. There's a button for it. You just have to like go into like the
settings.
Not settings, but you have to like go into the trimming part of the video, and then for some reason it lets you add text on there, but you have to like be in trimming and
dear Microsoft, please do not buy Discord. I like Discord. It's already unintuitive enough. It needs to be more unintuitive. I would never think to look there.
Yeah. Like it didn't, I was just trimming all the annoying sounds off the video, and then I look up and I see text, and I'm like, oh, so I can add text. I can also add 3D effects, which I'm very tempted to play with, but
What are you using to edit? What are you using to edit?
Video editor. It's a Microsoft. It's the thing
The one that comes up
with Microsoft.
Oh.
It's just called Video Editor.
So I would like to state that I took a video editing class twice. The first time I took it, I didn't have, and it was in high school, so I got credit both times, so it was fine. I was born in a different class, and I was like, "Hey, can I take this class?" They're like, "Sure, let's fill out the paperwork for you. Let's go." And so the first time I took it, I didn't have to do it. Second time, my teacher had us use the Windows one after teaching us how to use Adobe.
Oh man!
Like we were all really good at Adobe and everything, and then our teacher was like, "Now you got to use this one." We're all just like, "We hate you so much."
That seems cruel and unusual.
Yeah.
And then he didn't teach us how to use it.
Oh, that's even worse.
He just said, "Here you go. Have fun, kids. We hate you."
So I've also taken classes on film editing, and I will say the most I ever learned about film editing was actually from the Folding Ideas channel. Dan has a playlist on there where he talks about cinematic language and describes how various types of cuts work and how editing, because he's a professional film editor, that's what he does, and goes really deep dive into how editing can actually help a story visually, and those are really, really good. So I love his channel in general, but you have to go back a ways to find those, because it was when he first started, because he wanted to lay the foundation for all of the blistering critiques that he was going to give thereafter, and wanted to make sure that, like, if anybody's like, I don't understand what this means, he could just be like, I did a video. It's right there. This explains it right here.
So I cracked open my new shiny book, which I'm really excited about. And that was really nice because I finished almost all of the videos that are going to be coming out this month. I have 2 more to film, but I pre-planned everything so that I can get ahead for next month so that I don't suffer as much during Camp Nano,
Nice. Smart
which
idea.
is when I will be drafting the second half of my epic fantasy book that I drafted the first half in April. And I'm glad I did it that way because there's a lot of stuff that I've discovered writing the first half that I need to work on and I need to learn. And so this book came just in time, but it also, the book that I'm supposed to be reading through and editing, the first round of editing, it answers some questions in there, and this book has already paid for itself in the time that we sprinted and I started reading and looking at specific things because it's very expansive and it has
Gloria should get some affiliate links.
Yeah.
yes,
Me just
Yes.
brings
Yes.
the mic down to do that.
yes, and I mean because this book has already been so informative, and in fact it was so informative that you remember those notebooks that I showed y'all that I'm and you can draw on them. Well, I'm making my own on writing, but it's just going to be notes of all of the craft books that I've been reading.
Oh, nice. That'll come
So-
in handy.
Yeah, that is my plan.
So I apologize for the look of the face because when you started talking about camp, I was like, I wonder if the first homework assignment's gone up yet for getting ready for World Building Summer Camp. And so I loaded the blog to see if they were there, and they've reopened lifetime memberships.
Oh, you didn't see that?
I did not see that. I missed that.
Wait, what is lifetime memberships? What am I
For
missing?
World Anvil?
For World Anvil. You pay once and you have your account forever.
Oh.
But isn't it a lot of money?
Depends on which level. They've opened it up for both Grandmaster and for Sage.
Yeah, how much percentage?
Do I want to know how much?
I did not click through to see how much because my brain already started doing the how much money do I have in my account? How much can I beg off of other people?
I'm feeling a little bit of
Ooh,
beggary
Sage,
coming on
Sage is a
myself.
lot. Oh, I knew
Oh.
it was going to be, but
How much?
okay. So Grandmaster, which is what most people will probably want, is $600 for life.
Wow.
For life, that's not bad for life.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at Sage.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sage too, going.
How
I
much
really
is
don't.
Sage?
The non-discounted price is the amount of money I paid to take the class I'm about to take at the 20.
Yeah, the discounted price is $1,300,
Oh my goodness.
and I'm just I don't need my investments. I can just sell them. I mean, it's
No,
technically an
Charlie,
investment in
no.
my future.
No, Charlie, no.
I don't need my kidney. I have 2.
If I had kidney money for every time I've had that thought,
What about a lobe liver? Liver, anybody?
because I'm not saying the times were tough before we left California, but we did look into paid organ donation.
Oh, God.
Times were tough. We were.
I haven't donated plasma in a while. It's for science.
For science. All the science. Oh my
The
goodness.
science of World Anvil.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm doing the math in my head for how many years that covers.
Right?
How many years would I have to use that to?
Make it worth it.
Because it's what? Yeah. Okay.
And my price is a different price than yours because I got my Sage membership at a discounted price and a lifetime discounted price too.
Lucky you. Oh,
So I don't remember how much I actually pay, but it's less than it should be a month. I mean, a year.
I adopted it as my familiar. She's not completely black. She's got a white stripe that goes down her face and down her belly. But yeah, she was very insistent that she was coming in the house. So I just went, familiar, you have arrived. Praise Lilith. and she finally doesn't bite me all the time.
Now I'm curious how much my membership costs.
Hello, HK. How are you doing tonight? You're thinking of going with it. Oh, so we're still back in the race. I hope you're back.
Yay.
I hope your internet's working, Maggie. Internet, stop being me, please.
Why can't we? No, no singing. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. The Click put up a really good video today over his channel getting him getting locked out of his channel for a week.
Oh,
And he's really, really upset about this, and I understand it because he sent the video to get pre-cleared by YouTube before it went live, and they said it was okay. And then it went
Oh.
live, and then they gave him a community strike for the video.
What?
that's rude.
And I tend to agree with him. If I asked you, is this okay? And you say yes, you should not be able to turn around and go, but I meant no. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's some feels I'm having on this side. And as somebody who's building more of a YouTube / Twitch presence, if you haven't seen Amanda's interview about Mixer getting shut down, it's Swell Entertainment is the channel on YouTube. I would go watch it. It is a fascinating video where she interviews a Mixer exclusive streamer who bought a car, made a down payment on her house, and then got told she didn't have a job anymore because they gave nobody notice. They just
Oh my
tweeted,
goodness.
by the way, this is done.
Wow.
Mixer.
Yeah, Mixer was Microsoft, Microsoft's Twitch competitor. It used to be called Beam, if you remember back in the day, when Beam launched. It used to be called Beam. They changed the name to Mixer. They paid Ninja a bunch of money that he gets to keep, even though he only had to work for them for like a couple months, because he had a good lawyer that got him a good contract, so he gets to keep the millions of dollars that they paid him to leave Twitch for them, and gets to go back to Twitch and continue doing what he was doing. He got the super win.
Wow.
I feel like that's the Titans quarterback. That's kind of what he did when you
So,
doubled
yeah.
the ship.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Gary.
So
It's like I saw you not long ago.
Oh my gosh, I know. Long time no see, Kat.
I just highly recommend both of those videos for anybody who's looking at entering the creative space, because they're they share this interesting common theme of how Twitch doesn't care about their creators, Mixer doesn't care about their creators, because the girl was exclusive to Mixer in the Swell Entertainment video because she got a lifetime ban from Twitch because her sister got a lifetime ban from Twitch and she didn't know it. And her sister walked in behind her while she was doing a stream. And so they banned her for life for helping somebody circumvent their lifetime ban.
Oh, that's so rude.
Which is why she was exclusively over on Mixer. It's a really interesting story about how these companies, they really put out a lot of PR about how they're our friends and how much they love us, and they don't care. They really don't care.
You know what this makes me think about? Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm. Oh, especially when I was watching her thing, because I felt so sorry for her. Because, like I said, she was in the top 5 female gamers on Twitch. On Mixer. And things had been going well over there. She said the day before they made the announcement, we were planning summer events with them, including several charity streams. And so I thought, why not get a new car and get a house? I'm making a good enough income. And then they just tweeted, oh, we're shutting this down.
And there's nothing, like, legally speaking they can do?
Nope.
This is also why it's important to not just be on one platform.
So I just bring this up because, I'm thinking about these things a lot because I don't like doing Vela because I don't like putting everything in the Amazon basket, though I know from having my other work wide, I don't sell anywhere else. Like the number of sales I get anywhere else, I could count probably on this finger. Like they're very few and far between, though I would like that to not be true. But yeah, when your entire career is bound to one company,
It's also why it's important to follow your favorite creators on multiple platforms, know their websites, like keep track of them.
Yep. Because the good news is for her, she was able to get Twitch eventually to reevaluate their lifetime ban, and they have revoked it. So she's now going to be going back over to Twitch, and she'll have to build up an audience over there again. And hopefully her audience from Mixer will come with her. But sorry to give the spoiler, but it does have a happy ending, kinda. But she's still really paranoid about now I have to worry about Twitch just deciding one day to say, no.
Never mind. Yeah.
Have you watched any of... Oh my gosh, she's big on YouTube right now. She does a lot of vlogs and... can't think of her name. She blew up almost overnight.
Need a name. Sorry.
I also need a name.
Yeah. I can think,
Usually,
you say she, and I have a bunch of names in my head.
she does these things where it's like, oh, I just moved, but then she didn't actually move in the entire video. She did pretending that she moved, and it's kind of.
I have heard about, but
Kelly
have not watched.
Stamps. Kelly Stamps.
I've heard, but have not watched.
She talked a bit about that and what her plans are, and she talked about she made a video where she was talking to people who are thinking about becoming content creators and all that kind of stuff about spending and saving and investing and general money management and plans for after investing in her education, all those kinds of things. I think it's really important that content creators talk about those kinds of things as well, because you don't know. You really don't know.
It's kind of like when Vine went kaput, all those creators over there were left in the lurch.
Yeah.
And Vine was doing so well too.
And I think it's something that a lot of us need to be thinking about, because especially as writers, the world will be a very interesting place should something ever happen to Amazon. And while I don't foresee that happening, Jeff Bezos has stepped down from leadership over there. And his ruthless hand of control has been what has guided that company to its Lex Luthering and super control dominance of its space. So remember when Bill Gates was at Microsoft, everyone was using Microsoft products. He stepped away, and now we have Android, and Apple's made a resurgence and everything else. So
For someone who claims to love reading so much, he sure did turn out to be evil.
Right?
Books are supposed to make you more empathetic, but what happened? What books are you reading? What books are you not reading?
There's also this other problem of billionaire.
Yeah,
it's really hard to understand what the difference money makes in life. It really is. I've got members of my family that are quite well off, and the world that they live in and my world don't touch each other. They just don't. My uncle had a really good job for Arco, which was later acquired by BP. And so he had some of that nice oil money from up in Alaska, and his family we have nothing in common. we're roughly the same age. Like I'm roughly the same age as his kids. Like my cousins and I were roughly the same age. We have nothing in common because they grew up in the lap of luxury, and I did not. I did not at all. And you multiply that out to billionaire money, like like it is such a different world where unfortunately you don't have to have empathy, and it actually kind of benefits you not to have it so that you can earn that much money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
think
you
about
really
it.
can only earn that much money if you're going to be that evil.
Not to keep going back to my favorite internet punching bag, but Robert Galbraith is the only author who has gotten $1 billion from her work. And well, we've seen her level of empathy
Yeah.
on display. See, Robert. Hello, Allie. How are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, we're going to be doing more sprints in just a minute. Hello, Tamama. How are you doing? More progress in the kitchen and decided to impulse bake a chocolate cake. That is the best impulse. I highly recommend this impulse to people. I keep having impulses to make cookies, and then I'm just like, but it's over there. And then the impulse dies and goes back to the nothingness from which it arose, and so do the cookies. But one of these days I will stand up and I will make it happen. 7 pages edited. Yay! Nice. Remember, kids, box mixes are your friend. Yes, they are. They are. I love them so much.
I like the ones where all you have to do is like add an egg and that's it. And
Yeah, I
then
know. Most of them
magic
you don't even
happens.
have to add the egg.
Most of them you just add water or milk.
Oh, that's
They-
even better.
They found
The
that
less
if they,
effort you have, the better.
even the ones that tell you to add an egg, a lot of them you don't technically have to. They just
Some
found
of them
that
even
people,
say optional.
yeah, they found that people didn't feel like they were cooking if they didn't have to do something that was work adjacent. So they just put in the instructions, add an egg, and then people
Yeah.
were like, I baked a cake. Like it went from this thing happened to I baked a cake, and it's a psychological trick.
Mhm. I remember studying that in marketing
Yeah.
class. That was a big one.
Tell me more.
Ramen. Nom, 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 nom.
I love
I really
ramen
wanted
so
to
much.
sing there.
I did. I really did. I almost did, and then I'm just like, I don't need that today.
Bye, Tom.
Bye, Tom. Have the
Have
fun
fun
with
at work.
the driving.
You know what's so good though? Ramen with steamed peas in it.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
A lot of times I will do. We buy these pack ramen that are just the noodles, and the ones that we buy aren't deep fried, so they don't have all the salt in them, so they're not like little poison cubes that will eventually bring about my demise. I'm just saying they taste just as good, and they're actually cheaper because you just get a box of just noodles. It's just noodles. They're wonderful. So often I will have ramen for lunch, and I have not recently because I'm stupid and don't make ramen, and I'm regretting this every time I see somebody say ramen. If you replace the water and milk, the oil with butter, and add an extra egg, it turns into a bake.
Apparently, some bakeries have actually done this when they've run out of the stuff they needed. They will just take a box mix and turn it into a bakery cake.
And if you ice it right, who's
Who's gonna know?
Nobody's gonna know.
Especially if people buying it don't bake to begin with,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then they really don't know.
Have you seen the person? There's a lady on YouTube who she makes her cake design, and it's her cake design, and then she'll take it into a bakery or two and have them bake her design, not telling them it's her design, and then she compares it with like their skill level, not knowing exactly how it was done originally, and kind of vague instructions in a picture, and then she'll kind of score them against what she did and how well they were able to execute with limited information.
That sounds like a fun.
Which is
That's
how most
interesting.
bakeries make things.
Mm-hmm.
From a crappy picture and vague instruction.
Yeah, and then and it's really
Not
cool
wrong.
to see where she'll like, this is actually really good and here's why, or this is not good, or this is box mix 100%. This is definitely box mix. She said that about one. I was like, ooh, I could do that.
I remember 8th grade home ec, our final project, we had to make something from scratch and bring it in. And I had, I was into the American Girl, the historical girls around that time. And I had this like added set of books, and it was a historical cookbook. And I had
nice.
Molly set, so it was in the 1940s. So there was all of these recipes that had to do with like almost like alternate ingredients because of rationing during the war. So I forget what it was substituting, but it was a recipe for cupcakes with using applesauce instead of something. I don't know if it was substituting the sugar or the eggs or something like that.
Usually it's eggs for vegans anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, it was that, and they came out so good. And you had to bring in the recipe. So I copied the recipe from the book, so the teacher knew that you weren't making a box mix or going to the store. And a couple kids still tried to go to the store and bring in like chocolate chip cookies, and she's like, yeah, no.
I do detect an Entenmann's. I think it's time to try to do more something.
Another sprint.
Blue stripes. Ah, that's a nice one.
Let us make them not sad. I'm going to stick with my Big Top Cinderella because, I don't know, there's something about wearing a big hoop skirt with big bold stripes on it that is kind of my aesthetic.
Is that the yellow one?
No, the blue, because
the
Cinderella's
blue,
a
gotcha.
dress.
Oh, Cinderella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the one that
Oh,
I'm
that's-
calling green.
So not Belle.
No.
I was gonna go for Belle.
I'm sticking with my
Yellow.
purple.
Yes, that's the one I'm calling green.
Can I just say, I feel sorry for all of these girls because, like, I don't know what's wrong with their necks, but I have never stood like this in my life. Like, this just
That
does
actually,
not.
The bobblehead. Yeah.
They're humming
Bobblehead.
to music that only they can hear.
Either that or those crowns are a lot heavier than we think they are.
Also accurate.
Like, no, I'm going to hold the head up. I'm holding the head up. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just let me run. All right. Make
The
sure
crowns
that
are
you-
full of water that are sloshing back and forth.
Oh, that would be an amazing torture device for one of the books I'm working on. Make sure that you have something to hydrate with. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Work on your posture because, like I always say, be better than me. Like I'm slouching like nothing today because you know what makes me happy? Actually destroying my spine and just leaning on things. Like it shouldn't, but it does. Be better than me. Straighten your backs out.
would you like to know a random bit of information I was given as a tip I was given as like a young adult,
Yes.
young teen, when my great grandmother was still alive? She basically told me, she's like, well, my boobs are heavy and they make my back hurt, so I just rest them on the table.
Relatable.
It's like, okay, thank you, Grandma. I have permission. She's like, so if your back's hurting, just rest them on the table. Okay, Grandma.
That is one of the most relatable sentences I have ever heard, and might actually secretly be what I'm doing.
That is your advice from a 96-year-old woman.
Oh man. I totally forgot that Jules the Bookworm or Orla the Moon Fae were this early in the book, so I'm really kind of chomping at the bit to find out, like, wait, what are you doing here already? So I can't wait to get back to this. Let's have some fun. Let's get some sprinting done. Let's get your unicorn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Tamama's gonna win. Yay, Tamama!
Woo!
I got lost
Whoosh, whoosh.
replying to a comment on the YouTubes. I was like, I've got a minute. I can surely do this. No. No, I can't. Because not within my power. Alrighty. So how did everybody do? I spent way too much time on that one scene because one, I really like the characters, and two, like I'm at this point in my head that I need to work on where I'm like finagling the words. Like, maybe it should be this word. No. Maybe this word. No. Maybe this word. No. And then it goes back to the original word because I was right in the first place. I just wanted to do change for change's sake.
I do like that sometimes.
And I may have done that a lot for this scene.
I
So
do like that a lot
basically,
of times.
I rewrote it and rewrote it and rewrote it, and now it looks exactly like it did before.
Okay.
Well, at least now you're sure. Like you've
At least
seen all the
now
other
I'm sure.
possibilities, so now
Yeah.
you're just extra certain.
Oh, it's one of those horrible scenes that, like, it's meant to be foreshadowing and setting things up for the story and doing a little bit of world building to give people a sense of what the world's like, and like all of these things all at once. But unfortunately, it's carried through dialogue between people that are being obtuse with one another because that's just the relationship that they have. So, like, I keep sitting back going, is anybody going to understand what they're talking about? Should I? No. I mean, I had that in there, and that just makes the whole thing turn into a giant info dump. So, no, that's not the thing. So, let's get all the fingers and toes crossed. People will just roll with it because,
All right.
well, so a dragon, a fae, and a witch decided to have a conversation about whether or not weird things are happening in the area. But that none of them wants to reveal what they know.
Ah.
So they're
Where the weird
trying
things
to
happening in the
basically
area.
get information from each other while saying the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's going on, so you tell me your
Well, I know
version of
this-
the story,
I know this thing
and
that's
I'll let you know if
going
you're right.
on, and you know this thing that's going on, and you know a thing that's going on. Can we figure out how these are connected? But I can't tell you what my exact thing that's going on is.
So yeah, it's it's one of them. I think it works. I don't know. What do I know? This is why I'm paying people to tell me how bad my work is. I'm just at that point where I don't even know anymore. So how did everybody else do? Let me know in chat and on screen.
I think so I might have made a slightly different way to make it's like a traditional way to make a vampire, but also a slightly different way to make a vampire. Because like they drew like a symbol on a head in blood, and then like they gave the person who had the symbol drawn on their head their blood, and then like they bit them once they were drinking the blood because they were almost dead. Like they thought they were dead, and then they weren't. So they're like, oh, we can actually still turn them. Yay! And then like when they were when the sire was feeding from them, like the symbol on the head glowed and disappeared, and that might just be unique to them, to the bloodline, or it might be the whole species. I don't know yet.
As somebody who is working on a book in a setting that may have 7 different kinds, very distinct kinds of vampires, yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say they were all the same thing, so like I really wanted the Bavanshi to be in this story because I love them. They're kind of siren-y, succubus-y fae from Irish and Scottish myth, I really like them, and they're kind of energy vampires more than they are like blood-sucking vampires. And I was like, it works. You're in here. And then I was like, ooh, well, what about this kind of vampire? Ooh, 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 get on the bus. But oh, there's that kind of vampire too. Get on the bus too. Like just all the vampires all the time. Like when I say the word dragon, technically that's one of the kinds of vampires in the setting, because that's how this entire setting got started. That's why it's called the Dragons of Night setting, because the idea was dragons in mythology represent hoarding of life and life forces. And I went, well, what if that was just literal?
Yeah.
And started writing stories about them. So like even my dragons are vampires. So like everything is secretly a vampire in this setting. Mother Soteria, vampire. Because of course, you know, the Rephaim, they're a very special kind of vampire that you have to be born as. You know, as you do. I mean, I don't have a problem. You have a problem. I don't know what you're talking about. How did everybody else do?
So I got my video exported. I'm currently typing up all the description, and I think I'm going to make it Premiere, so that should be fun. I've never done one of those before, so I have to figure out how to do that.
It's just a checkbox.
Oh, so you just check the box and then that's
when
it.
you're scheduling, you go to schedule it for later. You set the date and time, and then there's a checkbox there that says make premiere, I think, or set as premiere.
Set as premiere.
Okay.
And
As
you
long
just
as it's easy and straightforward and I can figure it out.
Granted, it's me, so the answer is probably going to be yes, but who knows how long it's going to take to upload a video because YouTube be random. If we're still streaming, let us know, and we will do a special sprint just to go watch your premiere.
Yay. That'll be
Also,
fun.
if you're using the same web service like for your phone, you can download an app called Speed Test, and it'll tell you like what your ups and downs are, which can
It's very handy.
yeah, it'll let you know like the best times to upload and download stuff.
Okay. Very handy.
Or if you have our internet service provider because they got bought out by another company that just don't care.
I'm sorry. I'm despoiled with my interwebs because we have a very, very good service provider. And honestly, I don't think I'll ever leave this area because of that.
We did too, and then they got bought out.
This be
That's why
upsetting.
we're switching.
And like my personal favorite thing lately is we'll hit play on something and just watch it spin, and we'll realize, oh, they've decided that enough people have watched YouTube or Netflix today, and so the speed is just crap just for that service.
Oh,
Seriously.
man.
Do you use a VPN? Okay, I feel like I have touched on
with a
something.
5, and no with a they're really, really bitchy about that.
Whoa.
My note card got too close to my cup.
Oh,
no.
No.
Now it's translucent. It's magic. It's been watermarked.
Dobby, stop it.
literally. Water.
So Dobby's like walking around on the floor near me, and he just keeps like looking at me, and he's like, "Can I jump here? Can I jump here? Can I jump here?" And I'm
But
like,
great news! If this pen is on paper, it's not bleeding when it got wet.
That's good.
"Oh my gosh, I
That's
just
a
had
good
serious
pen.
deja vu." I'm sorry.
Fun.
How are you doing, Tessa?
I am trying to stay awake because she told me that after being off this medicine for so long, that one of the things it's going to do is put me to sleep. And she's kind of right. I've been, fighting the back and forth, trying to stay awake, but I'm feeling a lot calmer.
That's good.
That's good.
So that's a thing. Maybe tonight I'll be able to sleep. I have not slept in probably a week or more.
Oh my
We slept maybe an hour here and there, and I'm so freaked out. I'd wake up in terror between the nightmares and you know, feeling that I can't breathe. And that was all part of the withdrawal from the anxiety medicine. So she said, be very, very careful, because now that your body's been without it for almost a week, this is going to hit you harder than, you know, till you build up resistance to it again. So I'm feeling calmer, but I'm also feeling very tired. And I'm not sure how much longer I will manage to make it without falling asleep in front of everybody.
Well, if you need to go take a nap, or that is productivity in my book. Like, if I could have napped today, like, I thought about it. I sat in the chair and my body went, I have so much energy, I don't know what to do. I was like, I hate you, body.
I had no energy. I mean, 2.5 hours at the most, and it was all scary, scary dreams, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was afraid to close my eyes, because what if I can't open them again? And what if I die? You know, because I mean, these are the fears that take over, and all your anxieties are 2 or 3 times worse than what they would be with the medicine. So,
relatable.
You know, so she warned me, and I said, well, I'm not going anywhere. If anything, I'll be here, and, you know, I can head off and just lay down and hope that I can finally drift off to sleep, because I have not had any. And it's been really, really, really rough. It's not something I hope to ever do again, but the insurance company really screwed me over. And it took so long for me to get the medicine. And I took the dose tonight, and I am feeling tired. So she was right about that. I'm off and on, you know, kind of in and out. So I just have to get used to the medicine again.
I just feel like I need to say this, because you seem to care so much about the community. We care a lot about you too. So if you need to go take care of yourself, that's fine. Don't feel any obligations at all. You need to do what's best for you. So.
Yeah, if it gets too much worse, I'm going to have to head in and try to lay down and hope that the fears and stuff will be over, and I won't be, you know, awake, because for a week or more, I've not been able to sleep, and that does a lot to you. It really does do a lot to you. And when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're terrified, and, you know, you're ripping off a BiPAP mask because you cannot breathe, you're sure you're dying, and, you know, I knocked things off, like the BiPAP machine off the table, and, you know, I was like really freaking out. So hopefully things will start to calm down after today. This was the first time back, you know, almost a week of medicine. So, and I do take a very high dose. So we're not talking a little tiny dose of, you know, of the anti-anxiety medicine. We're talking high dose. So, you know, I felt it, and I've been really awkward. And my neighbor just, because he's trying to get a hold of me, and he has a key. So he's like, all of a sudden he's inside my apartment. I'm like looking at him. He says, do you want me to go get the medicine? I can go down and get it. I said, please go down and get it, because I can't walk well still with this boot on. And, you know, I can't breathe. So I would really appreciate you going down and getting it for me, which he did. I mean, like I said, I have great neighbors, and they take care of me. And of course, at any minute, I'm liable to have somebody in my apartment, because they have a key, and if they can't rouse me, they will come in to make sure I'm okay. So it's a little scary sometimes. It's like, whoa, where'd you come from? But
it's good to have people in your life that care, though.
They do, and they've been so great. I mean, the things they've done for me over the last last 6 months or more. And, you know, I can count on them to do just about anything for me. And when I go in the hospital, They make sure everything in my apartment's taken care of. They lock it up, turn things off. You know, they're great. And I gave them a key because I needed somebody I could trust. And like he said the other day, he goes, "You're gasping." He was knocking on the door, and I said, "I'm not okay." And I found out, you know, that I had the blood clots, and the blood clots will cut off your breathing, and it can be dangerous. So I have to be very careful now. You know, it's just a new part of my life that I have to deal with. And I'm on blood thinners, and they just have told me that I can't take my regular medicine for pain. I can take obviously the Percocets are okay, but the meloxicam, which is an NSAID, is a no-no with a blood thinner.
Yep.
And that's the only thing that keeps the pain slightly at bay. The Percocet works, but without the combination of the meloxicam, I'm not very good shape. And I can't walk. And I'm trying to tell them, you need to do something. So they called me back and they said, they're sorry, but the only thing I can have is Tylenol. I'm like, Tylenol is useless. It does not do anything for me. So I don't know where I'm going to be. Next week I may not be walking because, you know, as the pain takes over my body because of the, you know, not having the meloxicam. But the doctor will not write it. He says you cannot have it with the blood thinners. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't know, but I'm glad she warned me that I would be very, very tired. Even though I'm normally used to this medicine and not having a problem with it, it is a problem right now because I've been off for so long. So, yeah. If you notice I'm asleep, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Like I said, if you feel like you need to go lay down, that's fine. Just take care of yourself.
Blood thinners are
Right.
nothing to mess with, though. So I was on Coumadin for a year because I had a DVT blood clot, and then I was on it was an injected one. It's called Lovenox when I was pregnant because I have a genetic clotting disorder, and hormones trigger it. So when I was
great.
pregnant,
Right.
so
Well, I'm on Xarelto. That is the one that I can do once a day rather than twice a day because I don't expect me to remember 2 pills a day. Not happening. So he, you know, for the first 3 months, I do have to do 2 pills a day at a lower dose, but I will be going into maintenance at, you know, a higher dose once a day. And I still don't know what the medicine's doing to me because, you know, I have a problem with Medicare. So I don't know what it's doing to me on top of all the problems I have. So I don't know. I'm feeling calmer. So I think, you know, that part is slowly working through my body. And it'll start, you know, calming down. Because I spent all last night writing, the last 2 nights, writing, trying to concentrate on something that would take me off where I was feeling. And, you know, I was up all night, obviously, and I got like 2.5 hours and I was back up again, freaking out. So the medicine did come in and I called them. I said, look, you've got to get this medicine to me. She says, well, if you went to a pharmacy, we could send, you know, a small dose over there so you could get the mail order. I said, I have a broken foot. I can't get out of the house. I can't get over to the pharmacy to get it. And, you know, they won't deliver controlled substances. So, you know, my family's not any help. And I hate to say it, but they are selfish and I can't, you know, sort of depend. I can't depend on them. Sometimes they will, you know, do something for me, but most of the time they will not. So I'm here alone. I usually have an aide who's here 20 hours a week. I do not have that. I'm here alone. I'm trying to deal with trying to dress myself and all that kind of stuff. I gotta take this phone call. I'm sorry. Let me see. I gotta mute.
Scared me.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I was like, where's the sound? So Chandra, how did you do?
I did good. I'm taking more notes from what I'm reading. I'm also looking up supplemental material. I found it set me down a road of researching that is helpful, but you know when you don't know the search terms that you need, so you can't find the information you're looking for. This book solved that problem and kind of opened up a new channel for me to research.
That is awesome.
Yay.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that, and it's really addressing because I think I was looking at like timelines and stuff like that, and it wasn't very helpful, and there wasn't a lot of information. But what I should have been looking for was chronology, and this has some different approaches that or like set me in the direction of the like chronology. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. It's different than pacing or timeline, and here's how. Like, here's where you can start to look for that. So that's what I'm looking at. And I think chronology and characterization are the two big things that I need to focus on in order to like move my writing forward at this point in time.
It's not something that a lot of writers think about because in a lot of stories, unless you're doing like a chiastic story or something like that, it doesn't play in as much. Those
Chiastic, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I just realized I used one of them big words. This is a story that basically ends where they're not loop stories in that they don't literally end where they began, but they're telling two stories backwards of each other. So while they may happen in the same time frame going forward, one person will be where the other person will end up. And
like The Witcher.
Yes. It's a very common form in Semitic, Turkish, Arabian storytelling. You find this a lot in that region in Middle Eastern fiction. You find it a lot. It was popular for a little while in European fiction, but not so much.
The Book of Isaiah.
Yeah. Yep.
Like A, B, C, D, C, B, A.
Yep. And so if you're not tracking a story that closely, most of the stories that we tell don't require that level of like digging into time like that and really understanding how everything is working.
But Chandra, why would you want to make things so complicated for yourself? I don't know. Why would you have 23 main characters in the story?
Because it's fun.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it, or do I just like to suffer?
Well, see, I'm just bringing this up to let you know, like the book that I'm currently working on, the Blinded Angels book, exists because the original draft of the story idea had about that many main characters and spanned quite a bit of time. And then I had the really brilliant idea, because a lot of the stories take place simultaneously, of splitting them all out as variant series. So these books are going to, for anybody who reads all of them, will eventually kind of read like the Avengers. We're meeting all of our characters in their own storylines that are much cleaner and easier to read. And eventually they're going to come together and form Voltron.
We are on the same path.
It's a lot like
it's a long, hard road.
The same is true with my epic fantasy series. Like when I say I've got like 26 books planned, the reason for that is I had like 7 Dune size novels planned that had way too many characters in them. I mean, like George R.R. Martin wishes he had that many named characters in his books, named number of characters, and I just went, no.
So I also went from 1 book to 7, so now I'm Noivus.
So
As Fran would
That's a
say,
jump.
suffer.
So yeah, I've been splitting them all out because one, it makes the stories easier for me to write, and I think they'll be easier to digest because
What
there's
was
a lot
that
that's
word
going
that
on.
you used? I should probably just go ahead and put that in my notes now.
CHIASIC, I believe.
CHIASIC.
S as in Sharon. I don't know why that was the word I chose. I could have said any S word, but that's the one that came into my mind. But yeah,
My dad is trying to teach Roy how to roll over.
Oh,
He's so cute.
Would we get another timer?
I'll show you.
click, click, click. Dang it.
Okay, make sure. This is my dad with the puppy. Roll over.
So close. So close.
Oh.
You can do it. He's like, but here's my belly. Just rub my belly. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's not belly scratches.
Little leg twitch.
Oh, so much cuteness.
So cute.
Mm.
Finally.
Oh. Roy
Oh,
has
the
such a
cute-
great personality for a puppy.
That little tail just wiggle waggling. Oh my goodness.
So cute.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, that little leg twitch when he was getting his belly rubbed. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to get me to do things? My belly is right here. Just scratch it.
Exactly. He finally learned how to come, but only when my mom says it.
Oh. We know who wears the pants then.
I guess.
So the favorite.
Yeah, the favorite.
I have a feeling this dog is going to develop a dumb face because my dog is way too smart. But when she does not want to do what you ask her to do, she flops her ears like up and kind of curls them, and literally will hang her tongue out the side of her mouth and just be like, eh? Like, I'm dumb dog. I have no idea. Huh? Like, I'm just dumb. I'm dumb dog. I don't know what that means. I'm a dumb dog. It's like, you are not a dumb dog. You know exactly what that means. And she'll huff and snort and then go do whatever you told her to do. But she tries really hard with but I'm a dumb dog.
I think my dog does that to me sometimes, and I actually buy it because she's so cute.
My
Like,
dog just doesn't listen.
well, there's a little bit of that, but my brother was over here, and she like runs over and just jumps into his lap when he's sitting on the couch, and I'm like, no, ma'am, you know that you need to ask and be invited, or you just hop up here. And she like wags her tail, and she's like, but I'm cute. I'm so cute.
I love the but I'm cute, but her but what? Like, literally, I swear she would cross her eyes if she could. Like, she's really like laying it on like super cartoon thick. Like, she just like I don't know. I'm
But
just
they
dog.
but they do enough other stuff so that you know that they know, and they know that you know. But then when it comes down to it, they're like,
The dog
You're
we
like-
had growing up, we had this old furniture set, and we just, we let him sleep on the lay on the couch with us or whatever. We got a new couch set, and my parents didn't want it getting messed up, so we stopped it. And he was like, "But you let me do it before." So we would put like books and backpacks, and we would just like pile all kinds of stuff on the couch when we weren't home to try and keep him from climbing up. But he'd still do it. You'd see this patch of white fur because I know a lot of short-haired dogs don't shed, but German short hairs shed like mad, and their hair is really fine, and you will rub a hole in your clothes with a lint roller trying to get that hair out of your clothes.
Yep.
So my first week with Piper, I just wanted her to feel like safe and at home and comfortable. So I didn't really have any rules, just as we're getting to know each other and she's settling in. But then I started introducing rules, and one of them is like, hey, like, let's do a permission thing so that, when people get to sit on furniture before dogs, and if, like, say I'm going to lie down, you don't immediately jump on the couch and take the spot where I'm going to lie down. Like, no, let's not do that. But she was like, I don't get it. So I had like packing paper and bubble wrap on everything. Like if I wasn't sitting there, there was packing paper and bubble wrap just spread out. Well, I did laundry, and I had like all the laundry piled up on the couch in my room instead of on my bed, but there's still like packing paper and bubble wrap everywhere else. And it's really quiet. I'm like, should not be this quiet. So I go and I look.
And kids, if it's quiet, there's something going on.
In the middle of my freshly laundered clothing,
Oh man.
smushing it all down. Like it was a mountain of clothes. And it's like, hi, I'm a good girl. You finded me. I liked my tail. So happy to see you. And I'm like, down. Get down. I'm not shouty, but get down. And she's like, oh, but I'm so cozy.
Congrats, CB, on finishing your editing project. That is super exciting.
Yay.
I hope you're still here, and congrats on 12 pages
That's huge.
edited.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Diana, that is phenomenal.
But when I went on my shopping trip, I found at Bath and Body Works, I love their hand sanitizer. I just liked what you said.
Be a good human. Kindness is cool.
That's so nice.
Love it.
I love those little containers too.
Yeah, they have a sale. They had a sale on hand sanitizer, and I'm like, okay. I used to buy them like crazy when I worked in retail because, yeah, people are gross, and handling money is gross.
I have super dry hands, so I have to be very careful how often I put soap on them. So we try to keep hand sanitizer in the house because I can use that to clean them without having to run water over them. And so like when everybody was buying the hand sanitizer and there was none to be found, like my hands just were scaly. Like I don't know if you remember me like hiding my hands on stream. That's why they get really scaly. And I'm kind of glad to see it back in the stores because I can feel clean and not like I have leprosy.
I had a conversation with a police officer who was coming in for dinner, and we were talking about pens. And apparently, working retail, serving, and being a police officer, we all have the same pen issues, which is that people will like sneeze onto something and then like feel like it's appropriate to just like hand it back.
Oh, gross.
And he and I were both like, he was telling me like the story where he was like, you know what, that's my last pen, but you can keep it.
Official head waggle of Ray. That gets a full official head waggle of Ray. No.
And I also found this because the scent.
Ooh. Oh, and it's in a
Cucumber-
spray. I love the spray
Cucumber
ones.
melon. Nice.
Like the 90s teenager scent. If it wasn't this, it was warm vanilla sugar.
Yes. All
I
the warm
have
vanilla
a
sugar.
spray hand sanitizer that says it's citrus. Would you like to know what smell it is?
Is it orange?
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Wait. No.
That is
I had
citrus.
an air freshener
and
that
it
was
is
supposed to.
vanilla.
I had an
Vanilla
air
is not
freshener
a
in my
citrus.
car that was supposed to be vanilla, but it was coconut.
Ew, see, I wouldn't like that. I'm fine with anything being replaced with vanilla. Whenever I go clean my car, I always use vanilla.
but I was expecting citrus.
Yeah, that's
Mind
not.
you,
not
I
the
didn't
same.
buy it. My mom got it for free from work. But I'm like, it's supposed to be citrus.
You know,
Why is it
probably
vanilla?
they probably like messed it up, and they're like, you know what? Let's use these for marketing.
I am constantly amazed at the productivity of the people here. Like 2 weeks retrofitting a chapter and finished it. Yes,
Yay.
to mama,
That
you
is
go
it.
and enjoy that shower. You earned it.
Yes.
Yep. My mom's on blood thinners, and yeah.
When I was first, when I had my DVT and I said I was on blood thinners, my one friend's husband was like, just start drinking. Alcohol's a blood thinner.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
the same way.
I mean, not wrong, but
But
not right.
right.
Not right either, but you're not wrong.
I hope that he prefaced that with, "This is not medical advice, but."
He's just in general a smartass. So
Okay, so Laura,
he says stuff all the time just to get a reaction.
Laura being very polite and quiet over there. How was your sprint?
I was not productive.
Are you watching the puppy?
I know you're getting
No,
called
puppy
out. I'm
videos.
sorry.
I
Okay,
was,
let's just go.
I was watching a YouTube video.
Hey, sometimes
And I
I can
finished
count as
work.
productivity.
Yay!
All right, so a video is set by the wonderful Megan McCarthy is about to premiere in just a couple minutes. So I'm going to start the sprint timer, and I encourage everybody to head over there and check it out if you can. I'm really curious about this one. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, how do I put it on screen? How do I put it on? It's there. I did. I'm a dum-dum. Actually, technically, I guess if we're doing Troll Hunter, I would be a gum. But anyway, I gotta rewatch that show again. That show was good. So let's go ahead and get this started so we can go over there and watch the premiere or work more on our stuff, whatever it is that we want to do. I'm sticking with my big top Cinderella.
Purple.
Yellow. Orange.
Blue stripes.
Alrighty, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. If you want to go watch Megan's video, you got 1 minute to get over there for the premiere. Make sure you have something to
Actually,
hydrate.
you've got like 2 minutes because
Yeah.
the premiere thing does a minute thing, and it's annoying.
True.
Sorry, I have opinions
should
about
start
Yeah, but
it.
it
countdown
usually doesn't
before
send the
the time.
notification out until it goes live, and then they give people a minute to get there.
Yep.
All right, so let's go do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint. It's not even worth trying to predict because, of course, the people that are in the lead are not going to win. Wait a
Is
minute.
that purple one gonna win?
Purple? Is the purple coming from behind? Yes!
Woohoo! Yay!
Megan for all the wins. I mean, did y'all see that video that just premiered? Oh my goodness.
So, Megan, I'm going to have to go back and rewatch the video because I was actually making a milkshake.
Milkshakes
And-
are delicious, though.
Yes.
Worth the,
And which involved, I had to actually, so I'm not done unpacking. I know I've been living here for like 6 months. I'm not done unpacking. And it's pretty much all my kitchen stuff because my kitchen. And so in order to make a milkshake, I had to find my blender.
Sweetie, unpacking may never end. We have lived in this house for 14 years.
There.
We're still finding boxes and going, what's in this? Hey, remember all those mugs we used to have? We still have them.
Only in the meantime, while you couldn't find it, you
Bought all the
mugs.
mugs. We
But
have
then you
so
found
many
your
mugs.
favorite mug, and you were just like, my mug.
We have so many now. We have so many because we replenished in the years that followed, and now all the other ones have come back. So
I
yay!
have tons of mugs too. I collect them when I travel. When I used to travel.
those were the days.
Travel will come back, though. It does look like we're going to have to get booster shots. So
oh, yay!
I was expecting that anyway, because with it still running wild around the world, that we would eventually need boosters anyway. But so anyway, I watched Megan's video during the sprint and forgot to respond to the comments on my own channel that I was also thinking of going to do. So I know what I'm doing at the beginning of the next sprint. Luckily, it's not like a text message where it's just showing this like 3 dots just hovering under the video. I started typing a thing, but I didn't finish.
To be honest, I know I've missed some comments, but somebody asked me a specific question about what craft books I'm reading. I don't remember who or where they asked the question, so I haven't been able to answer, and I feel terrible,
Oh,
but I can't find it. So if you are that person, like ping me again and just be like, "Oi!" Because I can't. I've lost you, and I'm so sorry.
I
Oh.
started writing up my own answers to Megan's tag.
Oh,
nice! I can't wait.
Yeah, I've started.
I'm so excited to see what everyone else comes
Right.
up with for this tag.
Yeah, I've started trying to figure out where this is going to fit in. Am I going to fit it into the schedule or just have a week with 2 videos? Because I promised the non-binary how to write non-binary and trans characters for next Tuesday, and I want to keep my promise. So it may just be 2 videos this week. I don't know.
it's Christmas.
I'm
Hi,
kind
Eva.
of figure out what the symbol is that I had them draw in the head now, because I'm like, I have to know what the symbol was now.
Yeah,
Ooh.
relatable.
So I'm doing research, and I'm just like, do I want it to be like related to Hecate, or do I want it to be related to Nox, or do I want it to be connected to like someone
My
else?
brain
or do
went
I
to an
want this?
Ooh.
See, now here's the thing. An Ankh may or may not appear in shadow in connection with someone else.
I will say
Who
there is a
talked about
difference. If you want to play around with just fun with Latin words and slightly different symbology, the Crux Ansata is always fun to add to your images because it's basically a T with a circle on top.
So,
They're similar to Ankhs, but they are not the same thing. They have very
so
different
I was
meanings.
looking at a thing, and one of them was, it's actually So it's got a moon, a moon, a moon, and then it's got that thing with the circle. But I'm like, what if I reversed it?
So another thing that I will suggest is, I don't remember this specifically, I remember it vaguely, so you would have to do more digging, but there is a difference between the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra,
There is, yeah.
and each of the lines has a different meaning. So it may not be an entire symbol, it could just be a piece of something.
yeah.
The easiest way to remember.
The thing is, I need it to be easy enough for them to go like this real fast on a forehead.
Yeah, so I was thinking, I think there's one line specifically in one of those two that represents
I have
life.
Ra, I have Horus. I have Ra, I have Horus.
Everything's flipped around on here. Which is which? Left or right?
So the right eye is the Eye of Ra, and
R is
the,
for right.
and the
Okay.
left eye is the Eye of Horus, because Horus's left eye was plucked out of his head in his fight with his uncle Set and cast into the heavens.
Ew.
That's the sun.
So, easiest way to remember is one's the right eye and one's the left eye. That's not always true. Sometimes it comes down to one is blue and one is green. But through most of Egyptian history, it's the direction the eye is facing.
Now I've got the theme song to The Mummy stuck in my head.
What's wrong with that?
And all I have to
Nothing,
say,
I just don't have time to watch it right this minute. Actually, that is the thing that's wrong with it. I'm mad.
and if I could just add one more plug for both them, all of the mummies, like go all the way back to some Boris Karloff goodness, because oh my goodness, Boris Karloff is my heart. But yes, the Brendan Fraser mummy movies
The
are
Mummy with
so much fun.
Boris Karloff.
But if you need
Ooh.
just to watch a train wreck hit a wall so quickly that it just fills you with joy, and just watch a studio burn a giant mountain of money, I cannot recommend the
Tom
what
Cruise.
was the Tom Cruise mummy movie enough.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
But-
I thought it was
but
trash. So I
there
just
was
didn't
an
watch
Easter
it.
egg
Oh,
in
it's
it.
terrible. It is absolutely terrible.
What
But they try so hard.
There.
The
haven't
Book of
seen
the
it.
Dead with the seal thing that they read from in the Brendan Fraser Mummy shows up in that movie.
Yep.
I was like, it's in the
Yeah, because
movie!
isn't it supposed to actually be connected to them?
Technically, in
Technically.
theory.
No, don't do that.
I-
But
I'm
can I
just-
just say though, Morticia and Gomez Adams, and then the couple, I don't remember their names because it's been such a long time since I saw it, but the couple from the Brendan Fraser mummy movie, they're both like really good.
Evie and
Rick.
Rick and Evie. I'm like, I've literally watched these movies like 3 weeks ago.
Why are they like the best couples in like
And,
any?
like, that's, yeah.
And they, like they're wholesome. They have like healthy
Smash those
fights.
couples together with like couple goals. I mean,
Like,
separately,
not-
they're couple goals. But
Like they still
couple
argue
goals.
and have fights, but it's like not in a like wreck your life kind of way.
Not in a destructive, wreck your
Yes.
life sort of way. Yes, Morticia, if you can't tell, has always been a great inspiration to my life. Like, I'm just saying. And John Aston's, like, there are a lot of versions of Gomez, but John Aston's Gomez Adams will forever be my favorite. Not just because it was the first one that I came to know, but because he could do that thing where he would just bug his eyes out when you knew he was excited and you knew something dastardly was about to happen that no other actor has quite pulled off in quite the same way. That like when I was a child, I used to try to make my eyes bulge out of my head just to show like it's mischief time, just like John Aston did. I never figured it out.
Oh,
But
you said specifically mischief time. I was gonna say Shakey's Gun in the West.
Yes.
Stupid rooster, shut up. Sorry. My neighbors have chickens now.
Now the one who likes to
The ones who set their house on, the ones who set their yard on fire have
they have
chickens.
chickens now. The poor chickens.
And Especially because they're in
okay?
their backyard, and their backyard is flooded right now because rain. And I'm just like, you have chickens living in a life
You're gonna
raft.
have trench foot chickens.
Yeah,
Oh gosh.
I'm not. No, but their rooster really doesn't understand time. Like I grew up around chickens because I grew up on a farm. Their chicken, their poor rooster just like has no idea what's going on. It's
We
crying.
raised chickens in our suburbia backyard, but we
Awesome.
didn't have a rooster because that was against the rules of our city.
That's weird.
Probably to prevent cockfighting.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think it was just noise.
It
I
might
thought
be
it was
noise.
because they doodled out.
Roosters are really loud, but a lot of places specifically you can't own a rooster because one of the reasons a lot of people had roosters were for the fights.
Ooh.
Because people are terrible.
I thought it was because they cock-a-doodle dope.
I feel it. I just all of it, right?
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I almost need to put my hair down for that, but I'm just girl, like. Oh, let's see. The chat jumped, so I'm assuming people are actually talking over there. Cat kept us company for a bit this morning. I understand it was for quite more than a bit.
It was a very long time.
Wait, weren't you going from like 8:30 to 3?
8:45, and then I actually ended at like 3:45.
And you're back now. Are you okay? Can I make you a milkshake? Do you need anything?
I would love a milkshake, but you're too far away.
I know.
Now I want to make one of those milkshakes that Glory taught us. I have bananas. They are frozen.
That's not the song. But whatever.
There was a TV series of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
There was
What?
an animated series. It was not good.
What
And
is
not,
it?
not the
that-
same kind of not good that the movie was, because that's like the awesome kind of not good. It was
It's like B movie, like greatness.
yeah. The animated series was
Do you
What
know what I
is-
just realized? I can have ice cream delivered to my house.
Yes, you can. Because you're an adult.
you people.
Even if YouTube doesn't know it.
Let's
It
see.
slipped.
I don't know. I need these to like completely like Goku to here. Here we go. Just put their hands out so that they can just go Gohan like one emotion, just one emotion, just one emotion. It's not working, but now I want ice cream.
Sorry?
I had chocolate frosty today.
You're not sorry.
Ooh.
You're right. I'm not sorry.
I'm just gonna be quiet now.
I love that I'm immediately just like, you're right. I'm not.
Tessa.
Tessa?
Yeah,
I think you need to take a nap.
yeah. You might be right.
I think the pills have caught up to you.
I think
Yeah.
they did. Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna say goodbye.
Alrighty. Did you want to say anything?
Bye,
before you go?
everybody.
Bye.
Now I'm just writing on my book. It's taking shape finally. So
May
all
you,
this concentrated effort on it
Oh,
really helped.
may
so-
you get a good restful night's sleep.
yes.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
See you all later. Bye.
Poor thing.
So much. So much love. Yeah. Oh man. I suppose I should get back to editing. I mean, I'm just like, I'm at a point now where it's just like, I've watched Megan's really, really cool video. I just want to like watch more YouTube, which I can do during the sprints anyway. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. Because
Okay. Do any of these?
and there.
I like the one that looks like a little person carrying two, like, what are they called? The things that you throw and that come back to you?
Right?
Boomerangs. Yeah,
Oh,
it looks
you're
like a little
talking
guy holding two
this
boomerangs. Yeah.
So those look like alchemical symbols.
Yeah, I was about to say that looks very.
Some of them
familiar.
are. Yeah. I'm actually. Yeah.
And I would look and see if there are alchemical
Isn't
symbols
that
that have
sulfur?
similar Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That has similar meanings to what you're wanting, or at least isn't counter to what you're wanting. Like silver, maybe on a vampire. I don't know what your lore is. Might not work.
Stick dude carrying boomerangs. Well, because I want like the moon like symbols on it for sure. Because that's what I want.
I like the little guy with the boomerangs.
Where is it?
I thought they were croissants.
They're moons for one.
So it is very similar to zinc. I went and looked.
Okay. It's,
Wikipedia, very luckily, here, I'll put this in chat.
Oh, I have my Vampire Phantasmagoria deck if you want me to run and grab that. Might have the book for it somewhere too.
Wikipedia actually has a full list. Actually, I think should you just put that only on
Candle!
you did. Okay,
Ooh.
here.
Fire!
So YouTube too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to at some point in time go watch The Mummy again because it's really not going away.
Because I know that symbol. I know it's partially because it resembles the hieroglyphic monad, but different. So that's good. I actually don't see a symbol like that on here.
flip it upside down. I flipped it over. I looked up symbols for Hecate, and I flipped it over. Because triple moon. I don't even know where I found it anymore.
The one thing that I would say with that, if you really want it to resemble Hecate, well, I have seen the three crescent moons like that, often as like a triangle, like making a connected together like a triangle. Very, very often, they will. I've also seen them use just the moon goddess symbol of the circle with the two moons.
Yeah, with the two moons.
Either
Yeah.
side. Really, really pretty, and I
Just be careful that you don't use symbols that transform your vampire into Sailor Moon instead.
or do, because I would totally read Vampire Sailor Moon.
Part of my struggle is I'm like, I want like kind of connections because nobody knows truly who made them into nobody knows, like, not even the person who like was the first turned one, like he was created and he doesn't know who created him. He's like, I don't know if it was a god, I don't know if it was a demon, I don't know if it was the devil, I don't know if it was an angel, we don't know. So like when people ask for the origin story, he just gives what the pieces he knows. So there are like two like canon in the world of like, this is how we were created into vampires, and then people are like, no, that's not right. You have these pieces of the story, but where'd you get these? Well, then where did you get these? So like nobody knows, and it's just like, guys,
I'm so sad. Okay, so I may have gone over to AO3 and searched Vampire Sailor Moon, and it's all Buffy Sailor Moon crossover fiction, which I'm not like opposed to, but I want actual Vampire Sailor Moon. I want her to be a vampire. Like, it's not what I want.
So you could go the Kate Kavanaugh route and have a Write anything day once a month.
I'm currently in a please can I get caught up month. I'm actually not behind. I just need to get editing. 'Cause I've got
Also,
the
like they
chapters there,
returned
14
before
here.
Christianity, so
Ooh.
Oh.
I would also look into the Orphic cult, the cult of Orpheus, because they had some very interesting imagery and really, really pretty poems. Their main symbol was a person tied to an anchor.
fun.
Like I said, really pretty imagery. But they're one of the few mystery religions we actually know something about, because people broke their oaths of silence and wrote things down. A character who is meant to be what other vampires were inspired by. Ooh, or that's the train of thought. That's fun. That's fun. I've often talked about the Shadow Saga that Christopher Golden wrote, which are some of my favorite vampire books. And that's the whole idea, is they are very much not the vampires that you know from myth and legend, but you can... He did something with that I don't want to spoil. But I really like his twist on that. It made me very, very happy. Which, by the way, is a spoiler for the first book in the series. So, if you want to know, it's just the first book. If you can get past Father Mulcairn, who is a terrible, vicious, bloody villain who does terrible, terrible things to everyone. If you can get past him, it's a really good book. She's an immortal who survives on blood, but it wasn't pretty, and neither is she. The werewolves too are wolves to start. Ooh,
So they become
well,
human ish.
that's interesting. You're just making me think of Maggie's poor werecow, who never wanted to be a person.
Oh, her poor werecow.
Poor werecow. She was happy being a cow, and now a person. Why? Like, my heart is not. It's too good. Alrighty, let's. Oh, TV, why are you doing this to me? Okay, so we get.
Why not?
We have an Apple TV, and they pay people to go out and film things, and we get them as free screensavers. And you never know when one's just going to magically appear, like they just like spontaneously appear. And it's basically raining jellyfish on my TV right now because I'm assuming it's an ROV because it's really close to all of them jellyfish to just kind of fly over this like horde of jellyfish, and it's so pretty and calming and soothing. And okay, we're gonna do it.
Be another person to fall asleep on stream.
Oh, they also gave us a new one that's dolphins playing. And I'm just saying, I did not need that because.
Yes, you did.
Oh no, I was trying to get things done, and I forgot to hit play on something on the TV, and then I looked up and I was like, dolphins! And then I watched it, and then I was like, why did you go away? And I flipped so it would come back, and then watched it again. And then flipped for it to come back. And I may have just watched the screensaver for a lot of yesterday. Just saying. Cursed with humanity.
Oh.
I feel like that could be the title of one of my autobiographies. Like, I really feel like that's appropriate. Like, Charlie, the early years, cursed with humanity. Yeah. That feels oddly appropriate. One of these days, I'm going to upset everyone and actually write one of these things, one of these memoirs. Keep thinking about it, and then I don't do it. Alrighty, I'm sticking with my big top Cinderella because she has failed me, and I've got too much of a sunk cost fallacy going on in my head. And like, if I leave now, she's gonna win. So
Me with the yellow.
Purple.
see, that's what I want to do. I want to switch over to purple because purple is just running away with it today.
Orange.
But
Orange is running away with
but I
it today?
can't. Oh Chandra, I made a social media post that will be showing up on Instagram soon just for you. Just for you.
I'm so
Very
excited.
orange.
It's I think you'll like it. I'm not going to explain it to anybody though. It may be the only picture I put up on Instagram without a caption.
I'm gonna hype it so much.
Well, I may just like at C-Chan right, and just that's the only caption, just so people go,
Wow.
It's just an
The
orange
hell?
square.
because I really feel like my secret to success has just been making people go,
What?
the hell? And it's worked for me so far. So why stop now? Alrighty, I am probably gonna have to get over to water soon because I've been chugging my tea. All I have left is half a cup. So I may have to go get a beverage. Make sure that you are hydrating with something that brings you warmth and joy, or at least hydration. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're saving your work. You're backing it up. You're doing the things that are important to you. If you need permission to take care of yourself this sprint, consider this your permission.
That was me. Sorry.
Take care of yourself. Because self-care is productivity for writers. All right, let's go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint.
Run. Run, Unicorn, run. I think the yellow dress is winning.
You go, you.
Yay!
I finally won.
Oh, look who's joining us.
Hi.
She's about to go to bed. Can you say hi?
Oh.
Say hi.
Hello, hello.
You say hi.
Let me touch this instead.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Let's turn the camera on.
Yeah,
I'm
she's gonna
waiting.
see
for the-
everybody. Say hi.
Ah,
Hi.
Say oh, night nights.
Are you going to bed? No, you can't hear us.
the cuteness.
I got my jammies.
Oh,
We were-
so cute.
She was watching Ghostbusters, and I went to go get some water, and she heard me, and I said, "Okay, mommy's going back to work. Bye."
Oh. Hi.
Hi. Ah. I am mesmerized by child. Oh my goodness. This is the distraction I needed.
Hi.
Here. Bye.
I feel like this also qualifies as the only workout that I've had today.
Oh my.
Okay, everyone,
really-
lift both hands. Wait.
I just need to know how many calories editing burns.
See workout.
Oh, is she blowing a kiss? I felt like that was. I would take it. Catch it.
Just take it. Just take it. Just
Well,
take it
hey,
right out
before
of
Daddy
there.
comes take you. Say bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh,
Aww.
Okay, go back to Daddy.
The cuteness. Oh, the cuteness.
Okay, Joe. Okay. Okay. Night night.
Oh, baby.
Oh my.
Bye bye.
Cue the tantrum.
She's like, oh, this means bedtime. No. No.
But Mama.
Oh my goodness. So, you know, when you're reading through your stuff and there's a paragraph of necessary exposition because you know it, but the readers don't know it, and the characters know it, but the readers need to know it, or nothing's going to make sense. So you have to find a way to hopefully make it interesting and not tarry for too long because a thing is happening that they need to understand. I may have spent that entire 20 minutes rewriting one paragraph.
Oh no.
Ah.
But at least the paragraph will be better for it.
I think as with most things in my life, I'm at the point of it's fine. How much time's left on the timer? Oh, 30 seconds. Okay. But because this is the problem with world building is that people have to understand the world building or it's just a weird hobby that you did alongside the novel that nobody understands because they don't understand the world building that makes the story actually work.
mm-hmm.
And so this is the chapter where we actually introduce the titular Blinded Angels that the series is named after, which is one of the secret societies in the setting. And while I was able to fight off my world building instinct of let me give you the grand history of the order, because I love me some old fantasy books where they're just like, and we're going to put the plot on hold for a minute while I spend the next 20 pages to give you an idea of the epic sweep of history that you are
You
now.
should write a mystic textbook journal that on the side
I should.
that has all the world building in it.
I actually have. I need to put them up. I've not edited them or put them up yet, but I actually have the manual that is basically how to be a good dragon from the point of view that's like been handed down for centuries, written, because I needed to know the information, so I just wrote it because of course I did. Do you know me? Like, I have a chance to do some extraneous world building other than the project that I'm currently doing. Hi, nice to meet you.
So I have a theory, and I just now came up with it, but hear me out. The reason that school is terrible is because the author decided to info dump for the first 12 chapters.
Yep.
Whose idea was that anyway?
A lot of German people that goose stepped. If you actually look at the modern educational system, you'll find a lot of fascists involved, because the purpose of education was to do two things. It was to make people good factory workers who never questioned authority, and to be proper citizens who bowed to the power of their leadership. This is the function of most school systems around the world. And this isn't me reading onto them. If you go back and actually read, I don't know, your John Dewey's, your early educators who had thoughts and helped create our modern education system, they say the quiet part's loud. That's how they sold the idea of, why should the government pay for everybody to be educated? So you can have a compliant workforce that'll never question you and keep you in power. Oh, then let us pay for an education system. Like, they were very upfront about it. So, yeah, we got some changes that need to happen.
A few.
A few.
To put it mildly.
I think the two things that we can do, let's just start with one very easy one. If an idea originated with either a sympathizer to or a member of the Nazi Party, either of the Americas or of Europe, maybe we just throw that out. Try something else. Just I know it's crazy. I know it's shocking, but like, maybe not do that no more. Let's start there.
Why am I not?
And for those who don't know, the America's First Party was the name of the Nazi Party in the United States. It included many people that came to prominence in the 19 teens and 20s and into the 30s in the U.S. Because of course it did. Charles Lindbergh was a member.
Eva, gasp.
Wait, like as in Lindbergh baby?
Yes. He was a prominent Nazi who threatened to renounce his citizenship when we went to war, because Hitler, good guy.
Oh, right. I always mix that up.
Yeah, we went to, according to him, we went to war with the wrong side, and like, no, we didn't.
But isn't that the same Lindbergh that Amelia Earhart flew with?
Yeah, he solo flight across the ocean. Yep. He's like most figures of history, extremely problematic.
Honestly, I feel like you need a jingle for that.
Yeah, we really do.
Problematic.
Like, even just like a button that you could push that plays your jingle.
Yeah, just because I like to say, it's one thing to have like people from history that you admire. Just remember, even if you don't know what it is, they probably did something really, really horrible, and yeah, just expect it. It's in there somewhere. It's just in there somewhere. Like, I grew up with a great admiration of Thomas Jefferson, and still think a lot of his writings were really good, until I read his book on race theory and found out that he liked raping people. And no.
No, thank you.
No.
But
Extremely problematic. Like most people in history.
Two things. One, I had a great conversation about books today, which, just random conversations in the world about books always make me happy. But on top of all that, the person I was talking to, we were talking about Lovecraft, and they brought up, of course, we know this is problematic. And I was like, this went from being a good conversation to being like a great conversation.
I love Howard Phillips Lovecraft's writing so much. I think that he was a great contributor to the English horror genre. He was also, and this is where I think people misunderstand him, he wasn't racist. He was straight up xenophobic. He only thought English people had a right to exist. Like, he hated Americans too. Like, he hated the Irish. If you weren't like pure English stock, he hated you. He hated everything. He hated everyone. He was just straight up xenophobic. He hated all of us. Every single one of us. He hated us all.
At least he hated us equally.
That doesn't make it good. But honestly,
it makes it.
Misery loves company?
Yeah.
I was going to say extremely problematic, but I was hoping that I could get a jingle in there.
Problematic.
This
just makes us unhappy. Sorry.
I feel like he's one of those people that I wish we had either the word ace arrow or gay that he could have glommed onto, because all we know is his early journals and writings were of one particular, like, they were very interesting and very different from what happened after he was kind of put into a quasi-arranged marriage. And all we know is they spent one night together. He fled back to his aunt's attic and lived there for the rest of his life, refusing to go outside, and never saw his wife again.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who is this?
H.P. Lovecraft.
This redefines the who hurt you.
Yeah. Which really makes me wonder, like, what exactly happened that night?
I wish she'd been a writer, because then we'd know.
Because I've been to, if you ever go to Brown University, they have all of his papers there. And if you ask, they will kindly show them to you, which is really, really cool. Like, they've got a lot of unpublished stuff from him there. And you can actually thumb through his early letters and his early journals, and even the autobiography that he wrote about himself, which is called A Portrait of a Non-Entity, and it is a really interesting read. Because, yes, he hated even himself. We know that his father beat him.
As much as he would hate that.
Yeah, we know that his father beat him, and we know that something happened. In his own autobiography, he simply says that he got married and then experienced the worst night of suffering on planet Earth. And then I moved back in with my aunts. I don't know what happened in this room.
No one else is in the. No, I can't. I definitely can't sing that one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in this room. But there's part of me, like, in my own little headcanon, like, his wife was part of the Dagon cult and tried to, like, sacrifice him, and it only half worked. And he just had visions for the rest of his life of just hate and evil and violence, because it's better than a lot of the other options.
Honestly, like, just hearing this now, like, I'm not even mad. I'm just like, oh, they're there.
Like, his life is very, very interesting. T.S. Joshi has written a lot about his personal history and what happened. He actually knew him before he died, and he's a very strange person who, yes, was extremely xenophobic. I'm not trying to take anything away from that or to justify his xenophobia. He hated everyone who was not English or of pure English descent. But something happened to this person that I can only think of several things that would happen on your honeymoon night.
Right. I feel like maybe Freud would have had a really good time with
Yeah.
It really just sounds like he needed a lot of therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of therapy, I just got another video of the puppy.
Oh, yay.
This is a great segue.
That is a great segue.
It's him taking my dad for a run in the backyard.
Oh.
What are your parents going to do when they no longer have your dog?
Get a new dog.
They could foster.
Yeah,
You're
that's
not
always
sneaky.
So,
You need to WD-40 that door if you want to be sneaky.
just running around in the backyard.
Oh.
Oh,
So cute.
Dougie video if you want to see. Run around the desk real quick.
so much cuteness.
So much cuteness. So
Oh.
much cuteness.
Oh,
So much.
The
that's
puppy.
good.
Speaking of doggy cuteness,
Yeah.
somebody wants your exclusive attention.
He's so cute.
Yeah. Oh, there's gonna be some.
Any updates on the
Oh no!
Date of
not now.
acquisition?
We're still live.
They still haven't even opened up the borders between provinces yet, let alone to the U.S.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't go to Quebec
We've
until the
got a
12th.
puppy we need
They
to
were
see.
I know.
What? Like, if I were to, I would have to.
So beef prices doubled.
Yeah. So like the fillet, 8-ounce fillet would be a $70.
Everybody, get ready to eat turkey.
It would be a $70 plate to put on the menu right now. I didn't.
Oh
order
my
it.
god.
Yeah, I didn't order it because there's no way.
Meat prices doubled.
I mean, like, with Chris can get away with church.
I guess some people are going vegetarian.
Because I don't know if you all have been paying attention to like the weird news, but one of the major beef distributors in the country got hacked.
What is up with everybody hacking everything? First it was the gas, now it's
They're lazy.
plants.
They're very industrious, these people.
Hack my debt. Hack my student debt. Come on.
Yeah, get rid of my debt,
Do
please.
something productive.
Be nice to the world. Don't be a dick. Have some lettuce.
That too.
Well, one of the packers is right there in St. Louis.
Mm,
It has nothing to do with them. They're buying Missouri, butchering in St. Louis. and
that's
sending it
insane.
around the state.
So beef prices basically doubled.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Well, no, it was just the fillet.
Just the fillet.
So we're gonna run our fillets until they're gone, and then we'll
Mm.
have ribeyes for a while because, and then anybody that asks, I'll be like, "Did you want to pay $70 a plate?"
I know the price went up on the exchange, something like 50 to 60%. So
Yeah,
that-
it doubled. It was
yeah.
100% because well, technically not 100%.
Prices
because
are
it
coming-
had already gone up 40%.
in other words, stock up. This is time to get your canned foods and stuff in your freezer, people.
Lovely.
But to answer the question of why does this keep happening, this is the worst kept secret. If you've got friends in the cybersecurity field, companies figured out in the 70s that it is cheaper to deal with things after they go wrong than to actually keep their security up to date, because there are basically no fines.
Yeah.
There's very little legal recourse that anybody can take against them, and the damages generally are to other people and not to themselves. So most large corporations do not invest in their own security until something happens that forces them to do it.
Bad.
And like this is like the worst kept secret of in the cybersecurity world, because I've got a lot of friends that's what they do, and they've been predicting this for a long time, because they're like, it's just a ticking time bomb. Like, we can't get them to update their server software. Like, if they won't let us come in to update it, and it's not, so everybody knows how to get into it, because once you publish a patch, this is why it's very important to update your devices, because just little note there, once a patch is published, anyone can download it, see what got fixed, and realize, ooh, that's a vulnerability in the device, and reverse engineer the problem and come get you. Updates are important.
Yeah. I had a
Um,
ransomware attack on my computer like 5-6 years ago, and I have been like super paranoid keeping up all of my, because there was no remedy for it, and I wasn't going to give whoever it was money, so I had to wipe my hard drive.
Yep.
I lost pictures, I lost stories. Fortunately, I didn't have anything like security, like none of my like super important stuff on there. Although, if anybody saw like my credit score or anything, they'd probably feel bad for me.
Relatable.
It's like when someone steals your wallet and you're like, oh, thank you. Take my problems.
What? She only has $3 in the bank? What?
See,
When it's when
So
instead of
I gotta skedaddle to my stream.
alrighty, yeah, I was just about to call this one to a close. Everybody head on over to Laura's channel where she's going to be doing amazing things with her amazing timers that are all like drippy and psychedelic and just make me want to put on something with Grace Slick singing. I mean, honestly. Like so much. Thank you for being here. Does anybody want to say anything before we run off?
The Coffee Bunny Cafe is on Glory's channel tomorrow.
Yay.
Make sure that you're following me on Twitch. I am theoretically streaming tomorrow if I can do that. I don't want to step on people. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna set a schedule next week. By next week, I hope. But I will probably be streaming on Twitch at some point tomorrow. So turn on notifications if you're interested in that. Don't forget about our anthology. Anything else?
Yes, I will be streaming on Twitch and on YouTube, alternating Tuesday nights from 8 to 10. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch so that you get notifications about when I'm streaming. And I have new videos on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. and Fridays at noon.
And if you haven't already gone to check out Megan's new video, definitely do that. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And
Oh, thank you.
I think that's it. All right. I'm just gonna be that person who just ends everything in life with be kind. Like, can we just do that? Like, so much crazy in this world. We do not need to add to it. It's all kinds of just troublesome
Have
and
some
problematic.
lettuce. Don't be a dick.
Have some lettuce. Don't be a dick.
Be a good human.
Yes.
Alrighty. There is a link to Laura's stream in the chat for you. And yeah, I will see you all Friday, if not before. So until next time, may you have the courage to ride your dreams into reality. And don't forget to have the fun. Bye.
Bye.